What is good, family?
Not you trying to have like
Hey,
I have to literally. Why is that door? Y'all, my sound has not been working on my phone all day, and now it is.
yeah.
Not you trying to have a cadence with that.
Hey,
Y'all,
we
if y'all
got
don't
to.
notice,
What's
I just sit
up?
here and let him do it while he goes, "What is good, family? Hello, family. Welcome in to Pillow Talking with the Iwegbus. Oh, let's take that back. My name is Takesha.
And my name is Namdi,
And you are Pillow Talking with the Iwegbus, episode 33.
33, what up?
Yes, 33. We're super excited to be here with y'all as usual. I literally just abandoned my whole Instagram.
The Instagram live.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Y'all can find us. They're asking on Instagram how to find us. Cousin, you just go to the Iwegbus on YouTube and you'll see us live.
We over there right now, getting everybody from the Instagram side, getting y'all scrollers, okay? Telling y'all to come on over here and Pillow Talk live with us, man. That's what we want y'all to do.
I tell them all the time. I'm like, our clips go viral. People watch our reels. People love watching us. Like when people come up to us and they be like, "We love y'all show." I'll be like, "Have y'all actually watched?
Y'all watch the show?
The show, or are y'all watching the reels? Because
reels.
It's really different. It's a really different experience over here. We are family. We answer y'all questions. We vibe out with y'all. We just have a good time over here. So y'all pull up, type prayer. Hands in the comments if y'all are excited for it tonight.
Yes, I want to see some comments in there. Let me know that y'all are in the house, man. We got a few viewers in here, letting a few load in here. While we do that, babe, just to kind of segue, how's your week been so far?
How has my week been so far? So I feel like the time is flying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like every day is zooming by. And I'm like trying to grasp the minutes of the day. Like, I even have my kids saying, "Time is so fast." Like Eva said that today.
Yes, time can
because
go.
when you are really doing the things, you're really executing. Every hour of your day is planned out. You are, we got our structure app. So every hour is mapped out to something.
Typically doing something.
Always doing something.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a work thing, a ministry thing, or a business thing, it's a home thing, it's a family thing, it's a marriage thing, it's a therapy thing, it's a coaching a couple, it's like it's just always something. And I'm grateful. Like I am grateful. To be honest, this is what I was afraid of. Like I was afraid of this version because I knew, like when I looked at the future TK is busy.
You be moving and growing.
Oh my goodness, I knew I would be moving. So this week it's honestly just a reflection of this year, and it's been moving by so quickly. And I'm just trying my best to like hone in on all the opportunities that God has granted me.
That's good.
I'm also using this time right now, as we're not like super heavily booked. I'm using this time to really lean into discipline. Because I know I'm gonna need it when we are getting booked, when we are 3 shows in a weekend and speaking in panels. Like I already know I'm gonna need what I need to build right now. That's a whole message right there. But I'm doing good. I feel healthy. I lost some weight, so I feel.
How you did tell them that we're not gonna unveil it, but we had a pretty nice interview here this past week. Can't wait.
Yes, I completely. That was this weekend.
That was Friday.
My God.
Yeah. So since the last time that y'all seen us,
wow,
we had a pretty big interview.
The biggest interview of our career so far.
We're not going to unveil it. We're going to let them, when they release it, you guys will see it. I believe that it was a really dope conversation.
It was a phenomenal.
With some very high level people. I really like this particular group of people, their interviewing style.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, just the conversation before it. And then when we went into the interview, wasn't just like, so, just, it wasn't your little basic questions. It was conversational. I sat there and I was like, dang, man, I don't know if they got nothing, because I never looked into the camera. It's like me and brothers talking and I'm talking to sis, it was that type of feeling. So, but it was,
It was an amazing. First of all, everybody on YouTube, I need y'all to put some fire signs in the chat. Let us know that y'all are here. Let us know that y'all are pillow talking with us. We love to see y'all energy. If you're new here, we just want to welcome you in. We are very interactive with y'all, so we want to see y'all comments. But yes, it was the biggest interview of our, journey doing this together, pillow talking. It was the least nervous I've ever been because it was so comfortable. Both of the interviewers were phenomenal. I can't wait to actually shout y'all out. I don't know if she's watching tonight, but you know who you are. And the conversation, like you said before, and in between the segments of the interview was just so bomb. The team was bomb, getting toured around the spot and everything. And it was just a really beautiful experience. And what it really did for me was let me know, like, first and foremost, how much I really truly love doing this with you. I'm like, I can literally travel all day with you from spot to spot doing that 1,000%. Easily. Like, get our little lunch in between and hang out, get a little, bring it back, Lord.
What's that? Just be able to like
enjoy the experience together.
Enjoy it together, really.
Yeah, it gave us, I love when God allows us to have a glimpse of what he is trying to give to us. Yeah. And I think that so many people get so hopeful on glimpse and think that, oh, the promise is here because you got a glimpse. It's like, no, he gave you a glimpse to give you encouragement. Come on, to keep going like that. You're not at the promised land, right? You just got a glimpse. You were able to see. You got a little insight on what God is trying to give you. Now go back home and work.
Yeah, really, and stay consistent. Yes, if you stay consistent, then this is what it could look like. For you doing something that you love, and it was great for me. Before I jump into that, number one, I'm gonna jump into your chats there with the link to the live. Because they may be wondering, how did they get over here? Yes. They are looking like, okay, what's going on here?
Okay, y'all.
YouTube fam, give me just 1 second here. I am going to jump into her live.
Got it.
And throw this link. Boom. Sometimes they say it don't work. If it don't work, just type in the Iwegbus. Tell them that. All right.
Okay, y'all. Everybody that's on Instagram, I love y'all so much. Pull up to YouTube. There is our name. Type in our last name, the Iwegbus, and you'll find us. Okay, all 8 of y'all, come on over here.
Yep. So, continuing where we're at with it. Yeah, like that was a highlight within this last week. For me, just to do that, man. Like you said, a glimpse. Yeah. Because if long as which we will stay consistent and with things those more of those doors will open
for sure.
We can get in front of more people. We can save more couples, more marriages. More singles from the choices that a lot of the culture is pushing on them right now. Yeah. And so I felt motivated to wake up that day.
For sure.
When I ain't gonna lie, when I do my 9 to 5, I'm making my main money. I'm not as motivated. It's like, it's just a job. It's something that I provide with my family. But when you walking in purpose, when you feel that, man, it's a whole nother feeling.
It's really, 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 really different. I think one of the things that, we'll talk about this when the actual interview get out. We'll like talk deeper into like segments and whatnot. But one thing that stood out to me was how much honor we have received from just our new season by moving to Atlanta.
Really?
When I hear someone who's 14 years in their marriage say, y'all have so much wisdom. Like y'all carry something that stood out to me that he said, y'all are like 2 warriors. Like y'all carry so much weight. Like I can feel it on y'all. And I just, even when he's saying that, I'm thinking about, obviously back when we were back at home and, the scripture, personally, my story, feeling like a prophet is honored everywhere but his home, that's how I felt, where I don't know if we would have been able to receive the honor, which is, and it's so crazy, y'all. This is how small we were playing ourselves. Y'all, let me tell y'all a story really quick.
Go ahead.
This is how small we were playing ourselves. And when I say this, I'm not saying we're at a place where we're arrogant, but we are at a place that we know we are created to do what we are doing. We are, it just is what it is. Okay. Yeah. But we were so insecure and so afraid of stepping heavy and so afraid of stepping on toes because of environment that we literally titled our podcast The Unqualified Opinion.
Yes.
And we thought that was dope.
Yeah.
Like we literally thought like, hey, we're being humble because we're not qualified. Like we did everything wrong. But it's like, wow, like the enemy wanted to keep that on us, like y'all are unqualified. That would have stamped our identity.
Yeah, it was the voice of the condemners in our head.
For sure.
The ones that condemned us for our, mishaps and all that. That's what caused, I think I came up with that name. That's what, caused me to say, you know what, we're going to be called unqualified. I'm going to go ahead and state what y'all think anyway. We unqualified, right? So, because when we started this, we probably was only 5 years married or 4 or 5 years married at that time.
Yeah.
And we wasn't even talking about relationships. We were just, we were talking a little bit about our story.
Yeah.
But our main thing was to just react to different content and, from a biblical standpoint. So yeah, you're right. We were playing ourselves small. And as soon as we made that pivot, made that move,
it's been
up from there.
It's literally been up.
It's been a year and a half.
Yeah.
And it's flown.
Yeah. Yeah. But back to what I was saying with the honor, when you have people like from where we're from, we're told you can't do nothing until you're 10 years in, you're 20 years in. Like you're not qualified to really speak on anything unless you're an expert and you went to school or you did something. Yeah. And we got people who are, begging us to coach them and counsel them and marry them. Yeah. And then people that are further than us. I'm talking about OGs in a game. Yeah. One of your, aspiring mentors was like, hey, bro, I'm taking some tips.
I was like, hey, come on. Stop playing with me, man. I'm taking tips from him.
I said, when he said that, we were at church and he said it and I'm like.
That blessed me though.
Baby, when I say I went in the restroom, I'm like, does Nami know what he just said?
Yeah, he maybe only watched a clip, but just even from him seeing the clip, and that was just a nod like, hey, man, stay on the right. It was a nod from God because it's someone who I glean from when I watch him do what he does every single week. Yeah. And for him to say that was a nod to say, man, you're on the right course.
Yes.
It's so many
OGs.
So many people, a lot of times, OGs don't want to give props to the ones that's coming up. They want to show that love. It's like, if I show you this love, then maybe you'll take my spot. Or if I show you this love, who knows, you may turn and be a different way. And then I find out something different. It was like, nah, man.
Yeah.
For him to do that, man, that blessed me, motivated me to keep going. And it motivated me to continue to do the work to fully see who I am and the impact that I truly bring to people all together, all, and even specifically men. That's something that God's been working in me. I remember one of our pastors spoke that in my heart. He was like, TK has her thing, but he said, you gonna have yours. Like you gonna have your thing. And I'm still trying to, fully visualize that, but I see it more and more because I'm seeing more and more men really needing to know how to walk this walk as a kingdom man.
Yeah.
Like it's not something that just comes natural, especially when you've been raised up in a culture where, womanizing and, the music that we were raised up on and what it tells you about women and about God and all those things, man. There's no reverence for him. And so I've just, it's been brewing in my heart. So brothers, anybody that has been impacted by something that I do here, man, keep praying for me, man. I want to eventually bring something that can, help out the men as well, just like my wife does with the Ladies of Light and all the other things that you've been doing there as well. So it's a big nod. I know I kind of went on a tangent.
No, that was great. I'm proud of you for stepping out, man. It really takes, as Funny Marco says,
it's a mindset thing.
It's a mindset thing.
It really is.
Everything is a mindset thing. Like when you don't believe in yourself, it like I said, I look back and I'm like, wow, not only did we just play small, we literally stamped ourselves as unqualified. Yeah. And that's just so mind-blowing. And it's literally environment is everything. And so I just, going back to this opportunity that we got, it just showed me like God continuously saying, yes, I'm walking with y'all. I told y'all to do that. Yes. I just also want to say my husband is so sexy. You look so good. I don't know if it's this hat or it's the main man shirt or you've been working out. Or the beard, or just a mix of all of it.
Doing a little something.
Yeah, you look excellent.
Yeah, doing really, a little really something good. With the. See, this could stand for Atlanta, and it can stand for my first name. Y'all don't need to know.
Yeah. But, do y'all know that Namdi's name is not Namdi?
Hey, don't tell them my first name.
Okay, y'all. So we're gonna get into into the segment tonight.
Hey, real quickly here. Just so for y'all that are new viewers here, want to make sure y'all know what it is, what's the mission of this podcast here with Pillow Talking with Iwegbus. So our goal is to help. We want to help as many people receive God's best in relationships. So whether you're single, you're a married couple, you're someone who just got out of a relationship, or looking to be married or anything like that, we want to be that voice to help encourage you to do it God's way. All right. Amen. And so many times what you're gonna see us do is do what we're about to do right now, which is react to some content and let you know what the king would say about this. So let's do that.
We're getting into the first video of tonight. Well, yeah, we're getting into our first segment of tonight's show. As we always do, is research in these social media streets. And y'all know they always rumbling and tumbling over there, trying to figure out who is giving the best relationship advice, whose opinions matter. And I think that some people, like I saw someone say like relationship podcasts are, pointless. If you want the easy route out, just talk about relationships. And I just feel like that is so false, because if you're trying to do relationships God's way, it's not easy. Like, people literally, every time we post something that we know is about to be controversial, we're like, hey, watch out for these comments today. Like, hey babe, you might not want to read that one. And I just turned the comments off of one of my videos. I'm like, listen, y'all not gonna keep beating me up. And I am not a clapbacker. I am a blocker. I don't talk to them. I don't do none of that. But I think for everyone, I just want to give meat and substance to what we do. We're not just entertaining something that y'all feel like clout is around it. We speak on relationships because almost everybody is doing it wrong. And so it's like, we got to talk about it. We got to figure out, what are we doing wrong? Let's compare it to the Bible. And I think it's good to get these type of videos, because y'all might think it's just secular content, but a lot of believers think the same way these secular worldly people do too. Like, they behave and date the same way. So just to give meat to what we do, it's our ministry.
It's just way more people. It's way more content out from the world. So period. So
just want to give y'all meat to that, but let's get into
biggest thing. So you want to go ahead and
let's get it.
That there?
I just did. Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
That was the introduction.
Oh, okay. Here we go. So we gonna jump right into.
I don't know none of these names. Clip. I'm not even about to cap to y'all. So here we go.
So here we go. 1 second. This is an Iwegbus production.
Period.
All right. So jumping into this clip here, we actually did some reviewing through social media streets, ran into this clip that I thought was very interesting and wanted to talk a little bit about it. So let's pull it up and let's see what she had to say here.
Understand the frustration of women, because what they're saying is there's not a big pool of good men.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
That is a lie.
That's not a lie.
Listen.
What?
There's not a lot of good men who want y'all. There's a lot of good men out there, like where the good man at? Like, they hiding under a rock or in a cave. They everywhere. They at the gas station. They at Costco. They at the bank. They walking right past you, and you don't show up on their radar because of the way you are. They're gonna walk right by you. Your pretty face ain't gonna go too far because everybody's pretty. That's a prerequisite. So if that's all you got to offer, we're not looking at you. There's plenty of good men. They just don't want your. I ain't never heard no woman say, I know I ain't. She'll say, this man ain't. He ain't. He was bad. He was bad. But for the most part, every woman think they're a good woman. What makes you a good woman? Who's auditing that you're a good woman? You are auditing yourself. Why don't you ask your exes what they think? Because all your relationships diminished and ended in turmoil.
Wow. I thought that was so necessary in a way to bring that clip up, babe, because we had a little bit of controversy with one of our clips here recently where the dudes they felt like, we're beating up on them.
Yeah.
But this really shined a light on the ladies.
Yeah.
Just saying that many of them are delusional. Saying there's not many good men out there.
Yeah.
And I'll first kind of speak a little bit to this.
Yeah.
I believe I really detect no lies here. Really no lies here. That there are some great men out there is if the women are looking in the right place for them. Okay. So some of them, many times women, and I think we kind of had these conversations before, but many times they'll go and try to grab a man that's kind of not even in the church or living the kingdom way. And we're talking about kingdom women here. Okay. Kingdom women. So a lot of times kingdom women are looking for a kingdom man.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not a great amount of men in the church like that. So they then go find a brother that's out in the streets, out in the club or something, and then try to bring them in. And typically that don't work.
Yeah.
They end up giving up way more than they get back in return when it comes to it. And so I believe he's right. They're not looking in the right places. And also women, a lot of times they think that they could just get by with their looks. No type of growth, no type of development. Like he said, I've never heard a woman say, y'all just wasn't good. I don't think I really heard too much. I've heard you take accountability for some of your past relationship woes, like some stuff, like mainly them, but some things that
a child.
Yeah, right. He was like a teenager, but still it takes a certain level of character to say, I was a mess. I was, on some mess back then.
Yeah.
And I don't see a lot of women who do that. They don't say, hey, you know what? Like my attitude is messed up. So that's why he left.
Right.
Like, I had too many bodies. That's why he didn't really want to deal with me. And here's another thing. When we've gone to these conferences, what I've noticed, like we were at a Jackie Hill in Preston, they had a conference. And a lot of the women were high-level business women. High-level business women, and they said they can't even get hollered at.
Yeah.
So men are intimidated to even talk to them. So a lot of times they might just be single because nowadays women, y'all might be in the driver's seat. Straight up. Y'all have to show the man. Sometimes you might have to show the man like, hey, I'm interested in the way. And I can say that because, babe, you showed me. You know what I'm saying? You left a note on my car. I thought we was just friends.
Sir.
You left a note on my car.
Your favorite story.
You was pretty aggressive and let me know, hey, I'm here. I got this pie. I was not left over. I went to this gathering.
Aggressive?
You was on it.
No, I wasn't. That's so crazy that you think that. But okay.
Yeah. So you was, you made sure to let me know that you were, you were assertive. You were assertive and let me know, listen, I am available. I like you. Do you like me?
Yeah.
That's in all your actions. And maybe women got to take those steps. So again, I don't see a lot of accountability for women when these relationships are not working. Okay. A lot of them think that the looks is just going to get it. And nowadays that's not going to get it anymore.
Yeah.
They may have to start being the assertive one because men aren't, I hear a lot of women saying that nobody ever approaches them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's my take on it. What about you, babe?
Yeah, I agree and disagree. I think when women are saying there aren't a lot of men available, I think they mean high earning, attractive, heterosexual, no kids, non-cheating, healthy relationship with their mamas, healthy relationship with their daddies, but not a mama's boy, no crazy exes, not entangled with any other women, integral, humble men. I think there's a list that goes along with that. So of course there are men available, but are there quality men available? And especially when we're like, I know y'all beat me up on the last clip and was like, well, women are, and it's like, what they're saying is they don't want to have to deal with so much baggage, right? Like they don't want to deal with multiple baby mamas. They don't want to deal with, you don't like your mama, you got problems with your daddy, you got a little excess lingering around. Like They don't want to have to deal with so many of those issues. And so I do understand what they're getting to. I do understand that they're saying, when we say there's no men of it, even when we go and listen, y'all gonna beat me up for this.
Just be real.
Y'all, I always feel, why do I always got something controversial to say, Lord? Gosh, I want to be gentle and soft and like say discreet things. And I just be trying so hard. But like, even when I've talked to women, y'all, we love everybody. I know everybody has their own thorn. Everybody has their own struggle. Everybody has their own thing that they're struggling with. But even when I talk to women that are believers and they're going to like dating events at church and like, you know, in Christian environments, they're praying that the men are straight. And this is in the Christian community.
Ouch.
Like, remember, I mean, we've talked to women that's like, most of them was bi. And so you like women are wanting straight men. They're wanting an attractive man. They're wanting a man with a little something to not like, they don't want to build a man. And so I think that is what they're meaning when they say there aren't any good men available. It's like, we're not just talking about just a 9-to-5 and you just work a job. We're talking about like, it's the history that comes along with you. It's what have you done? It's just a plethora of things that I can understand why women say those things. Because again, even within the Christian community, you get in there and it's like, you know, they barely save. They still clubbing. They're still rolling up. They smashing. They haven't even practice abstinence until you introduced it to them. And it's like, you've been in the church this whole time and you still out here just thumping and pumping. And it's like, that's what they mean when they say they aren't. So I do understand. And don't get me wrong, I used to be against it. Like, no, they're great men. They're this, that. But I think what they're meaning is like, they want some decent men. Now I got to flip to the other side though. To his point saying, no, there are good men. They just don't want y'all. And I think what they mean by y'all is they're talking about the
y'all.
They're talking about the bonnet wearing, aggressive, toxic, non-submissive, non-feminine, overly masculine, non-smiling, unfriendly women. This is who they're talking about when they say we don't want those type of women. And I know, I mean, God bless this young lady. I don't know her. I have no idea who she is, never seen her content. But even as she's explaining this, she is super aggressive. I'm like, dang, sis, you straight? Like, are you okay? Like, don't let them see you so like that, boo. But I think men also are like, shoot, when we do see our Black women at Walmart, I mean, and this is coming from me as a woman. If I see a pretty girl, I automatically it's so sad, just assume they're not going to smile at me. It's been so rare that I've seen a gorgeous woman and she's like really friendly. It's so rare. And when it happens, it's like, yes, hey girl, like what's up? It happens. Don't get me wrong. I've definitely met gorgeous women, but I'm just saying, like on the day-to-day Walmart stuff, like I've smiled at girls and they've been like, girl, who are you smiling at? Like, and it's like, well, yeah, like men aren't gonna, and they get mad. I guess so many tangents. They get mad when y'all know, I don't know if you know when dudes be like, smile, you should smile. Like they say those little things at you. And it's like, you know me, I walk away with like, I mean, I feel like I walk around with a pleasant presence about myself. Okay, quick story time. I went to go get my hair braided, y'all, recently. And this was just such a beautiful thing to my spirit. I was just like, wow, that's really good. Really dope. But I was getting my hair braided and I was waiting in this chair for the girl to call me. And I sat next to this beautiful young lady. Her daughter was getting her hair braided. We had a very brief conversation. I set my purse on the floor. She was like, hey, you want me to sit your purse in the chair? I was like, yes, thank you, boo. And that was it. And the people that did my hair posted me on their website, and the girl commented, she said, OMG, she was sitting next to me. She has such a beautiful spirit, like such a beautiful soul. And I'm like, dang, girl, I said 2 words to you, but it is your aura, ladies.
Yeah, it's just unusual.
Yeah, it's the aura that these men are talking about. Like men can tell when a woman, like not can tell, because there are some resting faces that aren't friendly, but when you talk to them, they're super cool. But I think it's the aura that can be presented that comes off like you don't want to be bothered, and y'all be real single, really wanting to get married. Y'all might want to take the bonnets off when you go to Walmart. instead of the leggings and the t-shirts, like put on a cute little outfit, throw on your eyebrows, smile when you go out, say hello, good afternoon, say thank you. Even if it's a dude that's not attractive, you don't like, just be pleasant. Like, what is it going to harm you, beautiful Black woman, for you to smile, for you to be pleasant, for you to be warm, for you to be welcoming? Because them white girls, hey, no, sure, well,
hey, listen.
And then you be mad that they taking our man. It's like,
I told you I was about to make that leap on the other side because I got tired of the snap necks. I got tired of the attitude, and
see, I can't have you talk about that because y'all be kind of dragging the women through the dirt to make them snap necks.
Yeah, I mean,
y'all do.
I mean,
like the men be cheating. They be cheating. They be having a bunch of women. They be doing a lot of dirty things that make these women snap their necks.
Yeah, I would say
you got me. I wasn't a neck snapper because you met me so young. So I didn't have long, bad relationships that made me respond to men in a toxic way.
Yeah. Also, I think, again, I'll take responsibility in most men, we should take responsibility for picking the type of women that we chose. And again, I was in a broken place, so I chose I chose broken women.
Yeah.
And many times, and again, this is not a hit, I've said this before, many times they had issues with their own father.
Right.
So when they getting at me, this is all types of anger towards men in general, based off of the first man that they should have fell in love with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is their father.
And vice versa.
And and vice versa. And same thing.
Men with their mamas.
Yeah, men with their moms.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of times where I was like, all right, I don't want to deal with this. And the reason why you passed was because I did my interview on you.
Not I passed.
Yeah, you passed. All right. I had to make sure, hey, you're gonna be good. Hey, how's your relationship with your daddy? Because I continued and did this over and over again. And I finally figured this out. That if you got a relationship with and not every woman, okay, this is just what I've seen from majority and what I've learned from experience with other brothers as well, is many times if they have a really bad relationship with their father, man, it's gonna be hard for you. Yeah. It's gonna be a lot of anger and things that's gonna come through for you. And then, like you said, if he has a problem with his mom,
you're
gonna see some of those things play out as well in the relationship.
Yeah, I think, I don't think there is if women do this or if men do this. I think if both parties do their part, it's better. Like the whole thing of women need to be friendlier. It's like, yeah, but men are also like, can be very creepy and they can follow you. Like I had a dude, y'all, at Walmart, the scariest situation. One of them, I had a dude parked behind me. I'm parked in a spot like this. I had and he had to be foreign. I don't know if he was Jamaican or it was a little bit of everything.
My foreign brothers, they don't play.
Oh my God, y'all. He parked behind me, like blocked me in my spot to try to talk to me. So you got to also understand, like some women, I understand. That's why I'm going in every direction. I'm probably like, TK, whose side you on? All of them. We all need to get it together. But I understand because like sometimes you do feel like you need to be kind of mean because, oh my God, Namdi thought I was flirting with him because I was smiling.
Yeah, you was looking dead in my eyes, smiling.
Because I was looking, and you know what? That has put such I ain't even gonna lie. I gotta blame you for something real quick.
What's up?
I gotta blame you for something really quick. So Namdi thought when we first met that I was flirting with him because I made eye contact and I was smiling. So now when I speak to men,
it was the way you looked in my eyes. It was a little different. I had to look.
It wasn't.
How your new song and stuff going? That's good. Okay, cool.
Namdi couldn't, y'all. Namdi just has been able to look me in my eyes as in last year. But
pretty brown eyes.
Seriously, babe, you have put this idea in my head. Like now I am so distant and short with men. I'm like, I don't even look men in their eyes.
It was probably something with me. I just had to make sure, like, hey, sister. It probably was something with me. It's like, let me make sure that I don't lust after or anything like that, and I don't throw any signals out. So it's just like, all right, I just knew to tread on ground. You was attractive woman.
But why would you
I had to tread lightly?
This is what is not okay. So why would you have to tread? And we're having a conversation about music if I'm talking to you, I don't know how to look in the sky and talk to you.
I sure did.
I'm gonna look you dead in your face. Like I'm talking to you. But anywho, this is one of the reasons too, because it's like, well, if you do smile and you do speak, people think you flirting, and you gotta then they can
clarify.
Yeah, like dudes don't take the hint where you're like, okay, give me my stuff. I just want to check out. I don't want your number. Like I'm just being friendly. So there's so many sides to it. But I think overall, my synopsis is I think that women can do their part. One of the things I always talk about is your appearance and how you are in your aura. I always talk about this on my, stories and everything, because I get talked to all the time. Like people tell me they live stories. Like I just always get talked to. I always get approached. And I know that it's obviously the Holy Spirit, but it's also how I dress and how I carry myself. Like, I think that women need to get back to a place of taking pride in how they show up publicly. I don't care if you're just going to Walmart to get toilet paper. Sis, like, just look decent, especially if you're, I don't even know why y'all single and think that y'all can go anywhere raggedy. You can meet him at Target. You can meet him at Kroger. You can meet him at Quick Trip. Be ready. But you know what I'm saying? You halfway mad because you look a mess and your hair a mess. And then on the flip side, I think that men can do a better part of how they handle their life. I think that there is a thing with, y'all can kind of hold around and just kind of thug it out for so many years. Yeah. But along the way, you call STDs, you got baby mamas, you got issues with your mama and your daddy, and you never go to therapy because that's not popular. So there's a lot of responsibility, I think, for both parties to be more attracted to one another. So when a man sees a woman, she's friendly, she's kind, she's open. And then when a woman actually is talking to the man, she can tell this is a man of value, not just a high earning or high quality, just a man of value, someone that is actively working on themselves. So I think I don't think there's a blame of each party. I think both of them have points, and I think both sex need to do better at accountability.
Yeah, and we got to stop pointing the finger at each other. It's just like that in just relationships in general.
Yeah,
the best relationships is a relationship where the two people are actually working on things separately, where they're working on each other, where they're not trying to change the other person. And what I'm seeing is just the male and female going back and forth because they're trying to change how the woman is and they're trying to change how the man is. But like you said, if we would go to our own corners, a lot of times, and I'm gonna speak to the men on this, man, we have to handle our single season better. First off, not going and getting so many bodies on us. Okay. We go from woman to woman, and I'm not here to condemn you. I did it. Okay, I did some of these things, and I'm telling you, it makes it harder for you when you're actually married. The higher the amount of bodies that you have on you, more and more soul ties. I'm telling you now, it's harder for you to be attractive to your wife when you didn't had all this different, things. You're trying to kind of build a woman in a way because you want her to get down like Teresa and get down like DC and put it all together in one little ball together. So again, we gotta first off stop that. Get the finances together, man. Because man, that's a big thing. Is these women are out earning us, and we used to be in front. And I understand where that comes from. It comes from a lack of fathers that were in the household, especially in the 90s, early 2000s. Some of them going to prison, things of that sort. And that's a whole nother rabbit hole that we could go down. And the young ladies were not as much in the streets. They're going to get in their degrees, their masters, and all those different things. So, in the time that you're waiting on that woman, man, making sure that you're going and getting educated, you jumping in programs, man, you're jumping in different masterminds and all that. You don't have to go to college to go to school nowadays. There's several different courses out there. There's several different masterminds out there. One of the great things, you probably even see it on my chest right now, Made Men. This is a group by Dr. Darius where it's a discipleship and mentorship program. And I know some young brothers right now that's about to go through it. I'm like, man, I'm so excited for you. You about to change your life early. You getting it in your ear in your early 20s.
Praise God.
You about to kill the game, man. And that's what a lot of times you don't see brothers doing.
Yeah.
They wait until they 30 something, and then they start thinking about maybe.
Right. Like second divorce.
Yeah. And unfortunately. and now you got so many bodies, and we never take the time. One thing I will say this about ladies, y'all take a little bit more time in between men on average. y'all take a little bit more time in between another major relationship
to
another major relationship.
For sure.
Man, we slide our house. Next, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And unfortunately, we never go to therapy and work out some of these things and some of these different issues, and we bring that baggage into another relationship when we get into that one. So
yeah, I want to give hope to, like, if you fall in any of those categories that he just explained, like, you are on your second divorce, you are, you know, plenty of bodies in, you did hop from relationship to relationship. I think that we have some of these things attached to us in our marriage. And one of the things that when you were saying, where you were saying about that, like men need to take better care of their single season. I think that it isn't over with, right? Like, even when I met you, there was still a emotional attachment because you were in a 8-year relationship prior to me, just a couple months before that.
Clarify that. It wasn't emotional like I was still wanting nothing crazy like that.
But meaning you've been with baggage. Somebody. Yeah, like there was emotional baggage. Like, baby, that's normal. And this is one thing I want to give to every woman that be upset about their man that still has an attachment in some way. I wasn't upset. You know, remember I was like, that's normal. To like, you would almost be an alien to just be like, forget it. Next. Like, that would be kind of scary. I would be scared to be with you if you had been with somebody for as long as you had and there wasn't. And I'm not saying, again, of course, yes, he didn't long her, but that baggage, that emotional baggage in it. But I think that it's still possible to have healthy relationships. It does take you being mature to have the mindset to say, you're a human and you were with someone else. It is very normal for you to have some baggage with you. So I do think that there can be this unrealistic expectation that the man that you meet won't have baggage, because you have baggage, whether it's in the relationship category or it's your daddy issues or it's your mama issues or it's your insecurities. We all have some type of baggage that we're bringing into the relationship, and it takes both parties to really be gracious toward one another. Your baggage isn't mine. I don't have baby daddies. I didn't have a bunch of partners. I didn't have, you know, an ex lingering around that still want, I mean, well, you know, I just didn't have a lot of major things going on.
Right.
But I had my baggage, you know? And so if I had looked at yours, like yours was an outweighing baggage, I wouldn't have been gracious towards that. And so I think that it's still possible for you, whether you are on your, you know, you are divorced, you got a baby mama, you got a baby daddy, you, whatever. It just takes your partner, your God assigned partner, to be aligned with you, assigned to you, to give you the grace to really work it out. Cause it's possible. It's really possible.
Definitely is. Hey, listen, we want to know, what do y'all think about what this brother said on this clip? Do y'all agree with him? They're not looking in the right places. What do y'all think about it? We want to know in the comments below. This is an Iwegbus production.
Period.
What is good? Tapping in with y'all. Okay, we got some people. What's good? Rosa. Is that Rosa? Is Rosa's last name next? Rosa?
No,
Rosa?
That's
okay.
Rosa is a Braha.
All right, okay. Okay. What's good? I give y'all the name for I gave y'all the name for Namdi's new. Oh yeah, okay. Yep, I remember this. His brother said he gave you the name for my for my new podcast.
What was the name?
I think I took a picture of it. It was good. It was like,
was good.
I was like, man, you know what? That might be something.
Joshua,
that we,
repeat that. Repeat what you said.
Joshua, if you still here, put that in there, man. I can't even.
Miss L said, in my defense, where I'm located, I don't want any of the men here, so I need to move. You met all the men in your entire city, sis.
Man, no, hey, listen, I have nothing against people, but Buster, especially if you know, you single, you ain't got no kids, it's not. Listen, what's your move?
Yeah,
listen, this is your one life here on earth. Go ahead and make that move.
Yeah,
it's more people out there. That's why when because a lot of women be talking about it's not enough men out here. It's like, what? It's millions.
Yeah.
You just got to go find them.
Yeah.
Like you said, they might be in the grocery store or whatever. Just make sure you're right. So I don't know what he said that podcast name. It was really good, man. If you still in here, put that in there. It was a great idea. All right. And Miss L said,
time out.
Okay, you already did that one. And I said, navigate with Namdi. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, we got to tap in with TK, navigate with Namdi.
That's dope.
Crazy thing is I've been building content, but it was gonna be more for just this. But that might be something that
you need more stuff on your page for sure, man.
I definitely appreciate that.
Thank you, Josh.
Definitely here.
Now we shorten his name.
Right, we did not like we already know like that. Straight up. Good.
Do you have the Love Lounge sound?
The Love Lounge, the deal?
Yeah.
All right, you already got the question? Yeah. You got it ready?
Oh.
All right.
No, I was just making sure you had it.
Yeah, I got the sound here.
I gotta find the question.
That's fire. Thank you, Shy. Okay, cool. Navigate with Namdi.
Navigate with Namdi and tap in with TK.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Yes.
I'm actually gonna write this down before I forget. Because last time I did take a picture, but some reason I didn't have it there. Hey, do me a favor with y'all in here right now in this quick intermission. You good, baby? Mm-hmm. Quick intermission. Please make sure that y'all hit that like button. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Please do that. We would definitely love that. Do that for us. Hit that like and subscribe on there. All right. So you ready for this Love Lounge?
I am.
All right. So
you
put it first?
I forgot how I said. So introducing.
Yep.
Is that how I'm gonna say it?
Yep.
Introducing our new segment, Love Lounge. Yes, here in this segment, we answer your dating and marriage questions. So if you have any questions, you can DM either one of us, our joint page at the Iwegbus, or you can email us at iwegbus1@gmail.com. You can make your little quick burner email account. You can email us anonymously if it's real deep.
Yes.
Or just email us. Let us know. We would love to answer your question. We created this segment because I was just getting a whole lot of questions, and I started feeling like I was being neglectful in a way to God's people that has been assigned to me. And so this is a way that we can stay tapped in with y'all. So for today's question, it says, "Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Iwegbus. First of all, I have never been called Mrs. Iwegbus.
What?
No.
Hold on.
I was literally.
I ain't calling her Mrs. Iwegbus?
No,
Hold on. I went through all this and y'all ain't paid so much for that ring and what?
Yes, I was literally thinking about this when I went
to Mrs. Iwegbus.
When I went to one of our kids' appointments, and I was writing down, you know how you have to circle Mrs. I was like, dang, I've never been called. They don't really say Mrs. anything. They don't. You don't hear people saying, I don't know anybody last name no more. Mrs. You gotta usually be in high school.
Not unless, for somebody like me who's selling or something, then I'm definitely say Mrs.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, I've literally never heard Mrs. Iwegbus. Never. Anywho, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Iwegbus. So thank you for that. Yes. I hope all is well. Thanks for healing marriages. Praise the Lord. Awesome. Y'all voices are needed. Love y'all. Be blessed. Here is a few questions. So should I read all? It's 3 in 1.
Yeah, we should have probably got that.
I know. What?
Yeah, put it to
to how can a spouse who is actively working on personal development and healing past issues be patient with their partner who is not yet self-aware or engaged in similar efforts? I'm gonna stop right there. We're gonna answer this can be broken up into many, because that's a good question.
All right,
you want me to read it again?
Yeah, how can
a spouse who is actively working on personal development and healing past issues be patient with their partner who is not yet self-aware or engaged in similar efforts? The first and foremost, I want to let you know you are not alone. There are so many, especially women who are particularly married to men who might not be like in the programs that you're in, going to therapy, reading, personal development books in their word, like how you are. I had an interview with a pastor, shout out to Pastor Philip, and we were playing this game. And one of the questions was, it was like run or have fun. And one of the questions were, he's less spiritual than you or something like that. And I put run. And my co-host and Pastor Philip said, have fun. And I think that was the game. And he basically was like, most women are just more spiritually mature. Like they just are much more mature. Men are more carnal. And so it's kind of a normal thing. And I was like, dang, that, really sucks. But as I'm getting older, I'm realizing like women are they buy the more books. They're going to school. Even the programs that we're in, there are
so many.
I mean, it greatly outweighs
like 90% to 10.
Think about women that are in church. It's like 80% to 20. So it's a real thing. So you're not alone. It's a very, 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 very normal. What I will say, and I just want to speak to single women really quick. This is why we say don't marry potential, because what will end up happening is you'll marry someone, like listen to the married women that are saying, hey, he's not growing. He's not this. He's not that. Most of the time, married women had signs and the man showed them who they were before they got married. But it's you. Oh,
you gotta tell them. You gotta tell them.
Gosh, it's so many women that think that they can change their man when they get married. Yeah. Why do y'all think that once y'all get to the altar and y'all get married, then he's gonna love God, then he's gonna honor you, then? And I'm not trying to spaz. This is passion. I'm trying to get it through to single women. Y'all better look at that man for who he is and not who your prophetic gift hopes him to be. Look at who he is. Sis, did you drag him to church? Are you teaching him about Adam and Eve? Is he just now practicing abstinence with you?
Yeah.
Does he have no desire to actually grow in personal development and go to therapy? I'm letting you know that just because he might marry you does not mean that he'll become the version that you so desperately hope and pray for. He's showing you. Tangent. I was watching Love is Blind. And I really like that. I really Namdi.
And I'll be creeping over. I'll be creeping over her shoulder, like, okay. That's crazy. They don't really like each other.
Yeah, I was watching. Oh, excuse me. I was watching Love is Blind on my iPad, and Namdi gonna come in the room talking about put it on the TV. I said,
I was just like, let me just check it out real quick. I mean, just want a nightcap with you.
What was I saying? Oh, and there was this scene where this dude, I think it's Jimmy, and I forgot the other girl's name. I forgot her name. Jimmy and his girl. And the girl is like deeply insecure, and she just be spazzing. She be tripping. And I'm like, wow, Jimmy is literally getting a glimpse of his future.
For sure.
And this is what happens. We get glimpse like, dang, he's not as mature as I thought. Or, dang, okay, he kind of was texting so-and-so. That was kind of a little red flag. Yeah. He's kind of immature. He's kind of lazy. He ain't really interested in. I gotta lead him the Bible. Like, we get all these little glimpses, and then get married and be like, why you aren't leading me? Why you aren't being a masculine man? And why you aren't doing this? Like, he was never that, and you knew it, but you thought that getting married was going to transform him. That man is still the man that you met.
Come on.
And so I just want to speak to every single woman, y'all. Stop choosing to be blind.
Yeah.
Just because you want to get married, sis. You deserve a man that can lead you and love you. And I got to talk to spiritually stable, secure women. You don't want to marry a son. You don't want to marry somebody you got to raise. Come on. All you are going to do is nag him, fuss him to death.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't settle. Go get you a God-fearing man. Stop thinking that you about to transfer him because y'all say I freaking do. So I'm sorry, that was a tangent, but that's the first part. You can go ahead and jump in.
No, I would just say, and I agree with 1,000% of what you're saying there. I would say to the young lady, just,
I didn't biggest even answer thing question.
is to be the example. If he's, most men, I would think their pride would hurt them. I mean, their pride, it will mess with them to see their woman growing and they're not. It should make him uncomfortable after a while. If he sees you growing in a way that benefits him too, might make him say, you know what, man, she wasn't the best here, but now she's nicer. She's more of a servant type of a lady nowadays. Like, she's, this actually, what is that you're looking at? Because if it's changing you, then maybe it can help me as well too. So instead of, I see a lot of times women just, like you said, unfortunately, the man showed who they was from the beginning, always did. Like you said, it was kind of like Pastor said this past week, he said red flags turned a hot pink. And that's what happened. They started turning the hot pink flags. They just ignore all these different things, and then they just nag them and on his
begging
back
for them. They begging for the marriage.
What you mean?
Like the men that they're frustrated about they're begging them to marry them. Like they're like dragging them down the aisle,
and then get there and be the one that filed for divorce,
and then file for
women about, I think they said it's about 70% of divorces are filed by women
because they.
I wonder why. Because you thought, well, you saw he looked the way you wanted him to, or he was built a certain way that you wanted him to, or he made you feel physically the way you wanted him to, and he said I do to who you actually are. Me and a lot of times we not looking to change you. We like keep all of that. All that stuff you was doing, do all that when we get married too. I want even more of that. Like, so we saying I do to that. Y'all are saying, oh, I do, but I'm gonna change. I do, but he's gonna change that right there. He's not gonna do that. Watch when I get over here. And then y'all, a lot of times women, they'll stop doing some of the things they were doing in the single life. Okay. Like, giving it up as much as you should. All those servant things you was doing. You was cooking, making his plate, made sure it was good. He was like, I'm about to get this ring. Okay. And then you stop doing that afterwards. So, but then you're getting there, you're nagging him to do all these different changes. And it's just like, no, have some grace. You're a woman of God. You better start praying. Just pray. I know it sounds cliche, man, but I've seen Holy Spirit work so much more on my wife than what my mouth could do. I've seen the same way. I would say something and she'll be like, "That I am so glad that you came to that revelation, because I was thinking that, but I did not want to come to you about that. I didn't want to get on you about that. And God, spoke to you before I even said any words."
Yeah. A
lot of times you speaking and you going back and forth, especially unfortunately, if you haven't learned to fight fair in a heated fellowship, okay? If you haven't learned to fight fair, you came from a household where it was a lot of contention. You seen your mom operate in a certain way or your dad in a certain way. You could turn that man off and he don't want to hear nothing that you got to say. So a lot of times, man, you got to leave it to the Lord and be the example that you want to see in him. Yeah. That's what I would say. And vice versa. Sometimes there's men who's like, man, I'm doing all of this. My wife don't want to do, she don't have no drive in her. She don't got no other visions. Like, she just want to just cook and just do a regular life. And maybe he want her to be inside the business with him.
Yeah.
And I would just say to that man as well, continue to be the example. There's many more things that I've seen changing you by my example versus my words.
Yeah,
you've seen it and you was like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym too.
Yeah,
okay, I'm gonna start reading at this time too. Okay, yeah. I'm about to start praying in the morning and doing all these things too. We don't do the exact same thing, but a lot of the things we'll pick up on each other. If I see, at one point you were getting deeper, you start following some characters that I didn't like too much. Let's just say that, as far as YouTube, and their doctrine just was off. Theologically, they were off. Now, I'm not
TK out here following people's doctrine. You just threw me out there.
I'm sorry, baby. No, it wasn't like that. I'm not trying to throw her under the bus. It was, but I'm coming back to me.
TK was just watching these people.
It wasn't bad.
And doctrine was off.
It wasn't 1,000% off, babe. So, wasn't like that. But what I'm saying is, and I'm coming back to me. I'm coming back to me on this. But so stay with me. But it was some things that I wasn't into that she was into. These people were like 1,000% off, but it was some things I didn't agree with all the way. Let's just say that. But I looked at it and I said, dang it, why is she looking at these people? Well, I need to step it up as the man of the household on my spiritual game. I need to get better in this area. She's wanting to learn. She was wanting to grow theologically. And I'm really not supplying that. I'm supplying finance. That's what I was doing, supplying finance and doing all the other things, but I was slipping in that area. I wasn't having the Bible studies. I wasn't pointing you in certain directions that you should be at that time. And then you kind of got into some characters. And to your defense, you eventually, God spoke to you, was like, yeah, I don't agree with those certain things that these people are doing, and that was no longer. But again, it was because I wasn't.
No, I just stopped because you didn't like them.
You didn't like them,
so I respect
but I didn't like them. But also,
I respect you.
But you don't agree. Okay, so you agree with some of them right now?
I'm
talking about like we ain't gonna say their name, but
I don't agree with everything Tim Ross does.
Right.
I don't agree with everything Mike Todd does.
Right. Same here.
So, but I don't think that makes their entire ministry be trash. I think that Mike Todd has done some great things. I think he also has very theatrical things. I think Tim Ross has done some phenomenal things, but I also think he has done some shaky things. Yeah. That's it. I don't agree.
This is back to my original point before we go.
You are funny. Not you want me to say it out my mouth.
What?
That I don't agree.
What with those certain people?
Yeah, that's
I ain't say their name. So, but on some of them, you would say you don't lean towards their belief as much anymore.
I don't know if I would say I don't believe in I don't lean to their belief. I would just say that I stopped because you didn't like it, so I respect you.
Yeah. So, and she submitted, even though she maybe didn't agree when it came to it. But overall, it made me get in my bag more as far as theologically, like, okay, I got to get my study game up. I got to be able to point her and say, hey, that's not right. What he's saying on there, that's not the word. And so it made me step my game up when it came to it, just because I seen, okay, she's hungry. She's hungry for more of this. She just didn't want Sunday. At that point, I was just cool with Sunday, and I'm cool. And you know who I was, my spiritual leader at that time. I read the word, but it wasn't as in depth. And cool, I had that leader, and maybe I leaned too hard on him. And so, hey, I saw that, and it made me have to step my game up. So again, he may see you continuing to grow and be like, oh no, she's not going to be the most theologically sound person in this household. Nah, she's not about to be leading us in the spiritual realm of things. No, I'm supposed to be the priest of this household. Yeah. I'm supposed to be the pastor of this household. And that's what it felt like to me. I was like, oh yes, no, nobody else is about to be no pastor up in here. I don't care who he is and whatever he's talking about. Nah, we got to shut that down. No, let's really go look at the word on that. Let's really go study what he is saying about that different thing. So she made me have to step my game up because I got fired up about that. So you growing and not nagging him, he may say, you know what, let me step in because I can't just let her lead this family in this area.
Yeah, Namdi is making this sound very cute because he was definitely angry. This was talked about in counseling sessions. But I want to say one last thing to this. A lot of people look at us, and I think we give hope to the hopeless when it comes to people that have done it wrong. And I feel like sometimes it has set people up to be like, well, y'all worked out okay. You got to understand that both of us fiercely, aggressively love God before we met each other. Like we both were on our face. We both worshiped. We both was in the church. We both had the same foundation. Like there wasn't he had to introduce me, that I had to introduce him. Like there was like literally everything aligned.
It was already
everything
Jesus
aligned.
Above anybody who he was going to be with.
Yeah. Like everything.
It was like that automatically. Yeah. And many times, unfortunately, it's like the man is like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get cool with Jesus because I really want you.
Yeah.
A lot of times a man be like that, and so yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, we don't want to give false hope. Like, don't look at us and be like, well, she turned him. Like, I get comments all the time, like, well, you said Namdi wasn't this before, and you said Namdi wasn't that before. There were certain parts of him that, yes, was not who he is today. But the fact I never had to drag him to do anything when it came to God. There was never a drag for him in his integrity and like growing. Even though he wasn't, like you said, leading necessarily Bible studies in the beginning, he was always growing personally, like financially, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't marry a little boy. I couldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that. So we don't want to give false hope. And so what I would say to you, sis, just to second what my husband said, is you be the example. You be the example of what you want him to be. Even when it comes to women that feel like their men aren't gentle with them. And then I get like deeper insight and I find out you cussing him out. And it's like, well, how I allowed my husband to be more gentle, or encourage him, I should say, how I encouraged my husband to be more gentle with me is I became gentle with him, even though I felt like he did not deserve it. I'm like, you're not providing an environment for me to be feminine. You don't deserve for me to be feminine. You don't deserve for me to be kind to you. But I knew that in order for you to give me something, you had to have it first. So I had to pour it into you in order to get it back. And I know that's so controversial to today's society. Like, if he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. Some of y'all are skipping over good men because he doesn't initially do something. Sometimes they got to be a little trained. They got to be a little taught into how to do this. And that's vice versa. There are things that he wanted from me. He wanted to see from me. So he just did it. He just got up and went to the gym. He just got up and got on his face. And now I'm doing it too. And so that's the best advice I can give is be the example.
So you want to say some of that other one for
yeah,
next
I'm not
time?
about to do that. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, hey, listen, I want to know, what do y'all think about this situation with this question? How would y'all answer that? Let us know in the comments below. This is an Iwegbus production.
Period.
All right, let's tap in with y'all real quickly, man. Y'all good? All right, let's see here. All right. Let's see. Where we at? Let's go up. Where I'm located. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm in NOLA. Quality men here are not it.
What is NOLA?
That's New Orleans.
And that whole entire place?
New Orleans, I feel like New Orleans ain't as big as what we think it, or maybe the population died down since back in the day with Katrina.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because I don't think it's that big as what it is. But
I got so many questions for Miss L because I'm like, where are you going? Are you going to like Christian events and like networking events with high earning people or like high level people? Are you in programs to better yourself, like personal development things? You're not meeting no men?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I don't give excuse because I'm like, man, we was in Kansas City and we found one another. And Kansas City is this big.
Yeah.
And we found each other. It's country and it's small and it's tiny and Western. Like if we found each other, I feel like anybody can find anybody anywhere. You just gotta be in the environments.
Gotta be in the right place.
Because if you at an old church that's hemmed up, you probably won't find a young man in there. You probably gotta step out a little bit.
Nowadays, everywhere has a more, I guess, modern church where you wearing jeans and J's and all that. Like you gotta
what's
be.
Your
it's some in there, definitely. Yeah,
do you want 6'4" buff? Just the whole situation.
Shai said Casey isn't much better, Miss L, but God will provide. Thank Jesus, I'm married. Yeah, she married young and a good brother too. Shout out to AJ. Shout out to my bro. So, yeah.
Come on, AJ.
Casey isn't much better. It actually had. It was crazy when we first moved here. I seen a stat come out that Kansas City and Atlanta was like at least top 20 of worst places or top 10 or something worst place to date. I'm like, how Atlanta and KC get in there?
Crazy.
I don't know. So yeah, let's see. He's here in a week. Dude, mama.
You gotta read them, babe.
Yeah, you gonna have. Can you pull?
Kansas City isn't much better.
Yeah,
but God will provide. Thank Jesus. Yeah, you read that. Please keep screen. Oh yeah, we already read that. OMG, I'm watching Love is Blind too. Girl, ain't it good?
Ain't it good?
Sierra said Jimmy and Chelsea. Chelsea, yes.
I don't know who these people's name is, but sometimes I just
Jimmy and Chelsea. Jimmy is the one whose ex he thought looked better than the girl he with. Remember, I said she looked. They said she like a Kardashian.
Did he dump the girl?
No, not that couple.
Okay,
not the one that went on the jet skis.
Oh, the one that they make the little ice sculpture thing.
Yes, them.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. That's Jimmy and Chelsea. I feel like they're the most talked about. Does anybody else feel like AD is an actress? She just gives. I love her character, but she just gives action. Like it's like.
Well, here's the thing.
Like it seems like an act.
All these people come from a pool of people that's trying to be actors and all that. Like they're trying to be on these different things. So they all actors, to be honest with you.
Chelsea says she looked like Megan Fox. I said, don't get me wrong, I can see it, the eyes like up here, but everything else down. I was like, sis, why would you do that to that man? That's like me. I don't know. I just thought that was so bad that she compared herself to Megan Fox is gorgeous. So I was just like, why would you do that, sis? That was such a catfish moment. Such a catfish moment. Don't get me talking about Love is Blind.
Ms. L said
I might start talking about these segments. Actually.
That might be something.
No, for real.
A whole little off segment.
Do a little Love is Blind segment because it'd be so many good things. I'm like, even AD, with Clay, black couple.
Yeah.
I'm like, sis, he's crazy. He's gonna cheat on you.
He be sitting there like,
he's gonna cheat, baby. Every episode, he's like, man, I just don't know. It's like, I just don't know if I can be faithful. Like in the future, like he's always saying something about cheating. I'm like, sis, he's preparing you.
He's gonna cheat.
He's gonna cheat. Don't do that. And the reason why, even when she's like, isn't he fine? Isn't he good looking? Isn't he a looker? I'm like, girl, them looks gonna get you in the bed. That's it.
Mess him up.
That is it.
Yeah. So Miss L said, yes, we have to stop being so delusional. These men show the red flags. The women see six. The women see six
Wait,
flags.
say what?
She said, yes, we have to stop being so delusional. The men show the red flags. The women see six flags. Like they like, let's go have fun.
Wait,
hey,
take the comment off.
Good.
Take the comment off.
Hold on 1 second. That was.
I don't see that on mine.
Yeah, it's on here. It says on YouTube. Man, that's a whole crazy message right there.
That is a big.
That's a bar.
She said, "Men see red flags, women see six flags."
Yeah, let's do
it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get you.
Let's go on the ride.
I need to get this. Just like I was when we was watching that Love Is Blind. I'm like, dang, women really just want to be. They really want to just be married.
They do.
Like they don't even care what the circle. They just like somebody said this one day. They was like, men could just pop up and just say, meet a girl within a week or a day or two and just say, will you marry me? And 9 times out of 10, a woman's gonna say yes.
For sure.
Women are built and made to follow us. That's why I say I really a lot of times we were like, man, we got to talk more to the men. But a lot of times I'm trying to save my sisters because I feel for them when they get to hitting you up and saying all these things that they're going through. I'm like, man, you didn't have to go through that. And then also I feel some as an obligation because it's like, Lord, you know what? You giving me so much grace. You giving me so much better than what I actually deserve based off of how I was in my days of, dating or, in and out of relationships and stuff like that. It's like, no, I have to go now and save women from going through what even I put some women through myself. I don't want them to go through that, man. And so, man, I just wish y'all would, we could grab y'all and stop you from doing it. I wish I could stop men from sleeping around with women. I'm the corny dude in the barbershop. Like, you know what I'm saying? They like, you wouldn't cheat with somebody. They posed a question to me. They said, they was like, hey man, how long you been married? They was like, if you had a chance to, let's say Carrie, you was somewhere, you was at a club, a function, a private function, if Carrie Hilson was hitting on you. He was like, if she wanted to let you get it, you wouldn't do it. I'm like,
first of all, me and Carrie Hilson on the same level, so he got a Carrie
level. You higher than her.
He got a Carrie Hilson right here. Thank you, baby.
What are you talking about?
So I'm saying she's gorgeous too. Like,
I mean, God bless her, but no, baby, you way higher than that. But I'm just
Carrie Hilson.
I mean, maybe I forgot. But still, at the end of the day,
that's a great answer.
I was like, I'm being honest though. But at the end of the day, I'm like, no, like, man, I'm like, he's like, if your wife won't find out nothing, anything, would you do it? I'm like, no, brother. I said, just first off, because of my wife, like, I got a bomb wife. I'm good. Like, I'm straight. I don't answer to her. I also answer to God. So I'm worried, and I got to worry about the consequences after that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in these brothers, anybody else within there was like, for the most part, he was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah, that shows a different type of mindset because it's like, okay, so you're just gonna, you're gonna get one off. And that's it.
We just be thinking like another notch on the belt. I got Carrie Hilson.
It's just like, that's all you got out of that. Like, sex is just never that deep.
Never.
Like, when you really think about it, especially, obviously, because I'm on the other side, I'm like, it never was that deep.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, it's such a beautiful, especially. Yeah, I won't get into
that. We've been in that fog too, but we didn't have nobody we didn't have somebody who's aggressively trying to pull us out. We didn't have this podcast. We didn't have those friends who were like, I had people I told you before, I said, when I was doing my thing, being a womanizer, I had brothers laughing at me. They just wanted to hear my stories and all of this. Nobody would pull me aside like, hey man, listen, you shouldn't do it this way.
I think another reason why, like, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I really do be trying not to talk to women only. Like, Namdi knows. I'm like, no, we need to tell the men this too. But the more I talk to women, the more I'm so sad for them. I'm just like, dang, I know you don't know this, but there's this thing on social media. It's like, I can't see, I'm blind. And there's like this thing where like people are talking about how women are just going in these relationships blind and begging the man to marry them. Like women have strong armed their men to marry them. When you gonna propose? When you gonna do this? When you gonna marry me? When you gonna do? And it's like you think about how many years God was probably gracing you, like, baby, get out. But because you didn't want to waste the years that you already spent, and you don't want to be lonely, or you got a child by that man and you want the perfect family, and y'all, they be the same ones that file for divorce. It's not men filing for divorce, y'all. 70% it's women. Because y'all just wanted to say, I do, and get the dress and show your mama them and your sisters them and your friends, I finally did it. But you really don't like him. You really think he's a kid. You get in that house, you start hating him. You start resenting him. And then you file for divorce. It's like, sis.
Yeah. I just did not know that it was that. Like, until I saw them girls on Love is Blind, I was like, I mean, I knew it, but then I was like, dang, they really just would meet a dude within a month and be like crying about this dress, and every signal says this is not something that's lasting forever.
Don't do it.
Only one couple, at least from what I've seen,
I forgot their
seem
name.
like that's gonna last forever.
Y'all, what's their name? The Mexican girl with the redhead white guy. Yeah. I think they're good. I feel like they're good. That's why they don't have many scenes, because they're so good. That's what I feel like. Somebody said sometimes women be proposing, which is crazy. Let me just say this too. Women, y'all think that just because you don't get down on one knee that you didn't propose. If you strong arm that man into proposing to you, sis, you proposed to him. If you were with him for years and you had to keep saying when you're going to do it, when are you going to propose? When are you going to marry me? Why was taking so long? Are you going to do it on my birthday? Are you going to do it on Thanksgiving? Do it at my baby shower. You proposed to him. If you strong armed him down that aisle, you presented a representative to make sure you did all that you needed to do so that he could marry you. You pushed him into all the conversations. You proposed to him. Don't think because women are getting on their knees that they are the fools. No, sis, if you forced that man to put a ring on your hand, you gave him all the instructions on when to do it, how to do it. You kept telling him, begging. You proposed to him. It isn't special anymore.
No.
You knew when you was going to get proposed to. You can't even, women be like, oh, yeah, woo. It's like, sis, because you knew. You knew he was gonna propose because you strong armed him the whole relationship. When you gonna marry me? When you gonna marry me? When you gonna marry? It's plenty of dudes that will rather marry me. You are just like the women on social media that get down on one knee and look up to a big 6-foot man and say on his fat finger, will you marry me? You the same. There's no difference.
Yeah, no, it's that's somebody gonna be mad.
They
gonna be mad at that, but it is what it is. Real talk. Unfortunately, women see, their friends, their sorors, or women that's in sororities and stuff like that. They see their sorors getting married and all of that. It's like, and they've been letting the dude milk it for almost 5, 6, 7 years.
They're like, you better marry this. You better marry me.
Hey, straight up.
You put a kid in it?
Most time they got a child by this time.
You put a kid in me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you marrying me.
You don't do it. I'm coming for all them. I'm coming for all them dollars.
Crazy thing is, baby, when I be hearing that conversation, I'm like, you don't even like him. You don't even like him. You don't like him. Yeah. You literally don't like who you're about to marry.
It's sad, man. Definitely. Hey, let's go. What else we got here?
Amy and Johnny. Sierra, you better watch Love is Blind.
What happened?
Sierra know all the facts. Yes, Amy and Johnny. That's their name.
Oh, that's the good couple?
Yes, that's a good couple. Okay, y'all. Clay keeps telling AD he has the potential to cheat. He's literally telling her. Exactly. I'm like, he keeps saying, man, I don't know, year 7. That's when it's like, he just seems so, it's like, sis, he's literally warning you. So when it happens, guess what he gonna say?
I already told her.
I already told her.
I already gave you most of, come on. most time that's what dudes be like, no, I told you that. Remember I told you when we was dating this, that I felt like that I couldn't get away from my daddy's demons.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that I still had that in my blood from that. And, hey, and then I don't even want to get into the whole, if, never mind. I ain't gonna go, what he's talking about.
No, I don't.
If the man cheat situation.
No, I don't know. Just say it.
Yeah. If the man cheat or whatever, we'll give him a pass. One time, it's like,
yeah,
it could be a tough one, right?
That's a hell no.
Yeah, because
that's a strong.
I've heard several women say that, like that they announced that they would take their husband back if he cheated, and I'm like, in my head as a man, I'm low key putting that in my back pocket, like, if I'm not, obviously, I'm not a kingdom man. I'm gonna put that in my back pocket and be like, you know what?
You can be a kingdom man instead.
No, for real. Like you said,
I saw it on Facebook. A wife jumped in this conversation and said, "I'm not gonna lie, I definitely would take my husband back if he cheated once." And I said, the fact that you put that out publicly, first of all, I am too fine, too bomb in every area to ever accept a man, my husband, to cheat on me. I don't give a darn. I don't care if we got 90 businesses. We got properties all over the entire globe, and we got 40 grandchildren, and we got 3 properties. We got a vacation home in Maui, whatever, Hawaii. I don't care what we got. When you decide to stick your peen in something else, you might as well go ahead and figure out the comforter set that you're going to put in that bed in that other woman's house, because you're not getting accepted back.
And women should be on that type of energy.
You're not getting accepted back. Have fun with her. I pray that you excel in that relationship, because bye-bye.
Yeah. And I think women should have that type of attitude, but unfortunately most don't, babe.
Of course
and
not.
That's why a lot of women are hitting you up saying, will you coach me? Will you help me? I want that type of confidence. How you have that confidence. And these are not
why I have that type of confidence?
These are not ugly people or anything, but they just been through the ringer.
But a lot of times women also know. Oh Lord, see, why does this stuff drop in my spirit? I just want to be quiet.
Yeah.
Women, I think a lot of times now, okay, so back then when I was saying I wouldn't take you back if you cheated on me, that was solely off of skills that I have and looks.
Praise God.
Right? Yeah. So I was like, you would be stupid, right?
For sure.
But that was it. That was the 2 reasons. Now I'm like, oh, you would leave the best thing that could ever happen to you, because you're fulfilled in every area. So when you leave, I don't have a insecurity that you're not fulfilled. I affirm you. I do all the things that you need me to do. You get great meals. This house is clean. Your daughters are taken care of. I'm your partner. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many, there's not an area that I am not aggressively tending to, right? Sure. But a lot of times I feel like women accept men back because deep in the pit of their soul, they know that they weren't doing something. Whether that's withholding booty, whether that's talking crazy to him, whether that's not taking care of the home. So there's this thing like, and I've talked to women that have been divorced or, divorced now, and the man cheated and they're like, I know I could have did more. I know I could have. I wasn't giving him none. He turned me off, whatever the reason might be. And so that's also why I have the confidence that if you stepped out, as Dr. Vernon said, you will be greedy, not needy. You would be greedy if you went and got another woman, because you are straight at home. You are super straight. So I think that to any woman that's watching this, that's a wife, if you are like on some, if my husband stepped out, I could take him back. I believe most times it's because deep down in your heart, you know that you probably could do a little more.
And I wanted to segue into this real quickly here, because a lot of women, if you see just this confidence and you don't have that, like, if your man did something, you probably gonna take him back, or you spend so many years, you don't feel like you can find another, you don't want to start over or anything like that. You need a lot of that is going to come based off of the community and the connection, the people that you're connected to. Yeah. And so one of the things she has is what they call her ladies of light. If you have not if you've never, joined her Ladies of Light book club, man, y'all should join it. Even if, I think they're in a devotional right now. And even if you're not even in that book with them, or you're,
get it late,
you get it late or whatever. I'm just from hearing her, I know you're going to get some fruit, because a lot of times there's power in proximity. And you need to just be in proximity of some sisters who's learning and growing. And I think my wife is that. I think it's so many millions of women that's attached to her voice eventually that's going to be blessed. Their confidence is going to go up. Their competence is going to go up. All of their finances. I mean, I'm talking about these women are going to get married, and they're going to get kingdom men, men of integrity, because they're connected to you. And so tell them Jesus about getting in. I'm telling you, declaration. I know this for sure. I know this. I have no doubt in my mind that millions among millions of women are connected to your voice. So tell them about Ladies of Light real quick, is before we go to this last segment,
right? Ladies of Light is a group of women who are just desiring to get back to God's original design, and you desire all that God has for you. That's in your confidence, your self-esteem, your walk with the Lord, your friendships, and of course your relationships, your romantic relationships, and your marriage. So right now it is just, I don't want to even say that it's a book club, but it's so much more. It is an opportunity. I saw a comment down below that says, do I offer coaching? This is an opportunity for group coaching. That is what I offer. And we meet every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we are in the book Upon Waking by Jackie Hill Perry. Women are just now getting their books. Like, I think I saw someone in the chat today that's literally got their book today. So you will not be behind, because it's not a story, right? Like it's a devotion. So you can literally start anywhere and just join. It's great conversations. I give out homework. There's accountability. Sisters have gotten together and done Bible studies. Like, it's a really beautiful group. And there is so much more that I have in store. Like, it's going to be way bigger. I already told the ladies I'm doing something for wives and women that desire to be wives. That's my lane. That's what I stand in for sure. I'm confident as a wife. I love being a wife. I remember I said this on TikTok. I said that outside of my relationship with God, it's my greatest accomplishment. And when I tell people, it's like, yo, greatest accomplishment. Yes. To be married to a sexy, fine, edible man of God who's integral and humble and protects me and loves me and leads me. You darn skip me. That's one of my greatest accomplishments. You out of your mind. And I want every woman to feel that way about their man. So if you want to join, just DM me and say, add me, and I'll get you in. Yeah. And there's so much more in store.
Yeah. And you see it right there at the bottom of the screen there. While we at it, you see she got this dope shirt on. Where did you get that from? That dope shirt. Okay, yeah, I gotta move that right there. Let me turn out this ticket and go to this one right here. So there you go. And that's that Holy Girl Era forever.
Holy Girl Era.
Listen, if y'all don't know, we do have merch. Got it released. Have tons of nice shirts, mugs, all that over there. You will be making a statement with these shirts on. Don't just have anything on. Make a statement when you step out. Make a statement for the kingdom. Something that's nice. I mean, all the merchandise that we have on there is dope. It's fire. We wouldn't put it on there if it wasn't. Crop tops,
tote
for
bags,
the ladies,
hats, coffee mugs, water cups, ebooks, everything you can think of. I have an ebook that is the hottest seller right now, which is Affirmations for Alpha Women, Softening the Soul. It is a affirmation book that the Lord dropped in my spirit. It is such a beautiful, well-crafted book. Affirmations for women to just speak over your life if you struggle with just masculinity and stepping into your femininity. These are affirmations. I think it's $5. So y'all go get it. It's a $5 ebook. Most of my ebooks are $5. It's just sowing into good ground, and for us to continue to give y'all more. It definitely helps. And so for everyone that has purchased, thank you already so much. And we got to get into this last segment.
We're gonna get into this last segment. So definitely that's the way that y'all can support us, going to getting the merch. If doing a super chat, if you feel led to do that as well, that would definitely help us, man. We want to continue to raise this up to the next level. Do this at an excellent level. So make sure that y'all go there and shop, drop a super chat, whatever it is really good to support us, man. So, all right. So we're gonna get into this lag segment. You ready for it, man?
I am ready. Let's get
y'all ready for this lag segment? All right, let's get it. Let's get it. One moment. Here we go. This is an Iwegbus production.
Period. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the aha moment of the week. And this week is loosening fear's grip with a faith shift. This whole week, I have been aggressively looking at my life and seeing what I have missed out on, or what I didn't handle properly, or what I could have leaned into a little more because of fear. I don't know about y'all, but I was raised in a real church. Okay, I was raised in a.
Oh no, I'm doing African dance. I'm tripping. That ain't. I don't know how to do all that those steps that y'all be doing.
Yeah, so I was raised in that type of church. I was raised in I was raised in that type of church, and on every Sunday there was testimonies specifically around money, and these testimonies were my rent was 2 hours away from being due. I went out to the mailbox and I had a $10,000 check, and my car was breaking down, and I turned around and went to Walmart and someone just handed me $3,000, and I woke up in the morning, I had nothing in my bank account, and there were $4 billion. Like, I kept hearing it stuck with me all the way up into adulthood. And what it ended up setting up was a mindset of poverty and false doctrine. And so as I got older, I didn't have the work ethic that God was pleased of, that he wanted me to have, because I'm like, nah, you're the God of, at the very last minute, you're going to give me $1,000. You're the God of, my car broke down and I'm going to have, $2,000 in the account. You're the God of, I'm going to open my mailbox and I'm going to have a $10,000 out of nowhere approved loan. Like, you're the God of this. This is what I saw. And it wasn't, y'all, literally until last year where the Lord was revealing to me how my false Christian doctrine has set me up for false beliefs in how God moved. And it also made me lazy. And it also made me fearful. And when I started to realize what God was trying to show me through these lies, he not only showed me the lies and revealed false doctrine that is taught oftentimes by the church. Like, if you just have faith, if you just believe, if you just hold on, this is going to happen. He also led me to biblical principles. And I'm just going to read a few. Proverbs, y'all know they got them in there heavy. Okay, it's all Proverbs. Proverbs 10:4. Lazy people are soon poor. Hard workers get rich. That's Proverbs 10:4. Proverbs 10:5. He who gathers during summer and takes advantage of his opportunities is a son who acts wisely. But he who sleeps during harvest and ignores the moment of the opportunity is a son who acts shamefully. And the last one, Proverbs 12:11. A hard worker has plenty of food. Y'all know this one. But a person who chases fantasies has no sense. And I'm reading these biblical principles over and over and over again. And I'm like, my God, how contradicting. Was I being taught that God, and don't get me wrong, he is a miracle worker. We've even had some incidents where literally rent was due and God came in and we got a check from, that we wasn't expecting. Like, yes, God does work miracles. But overall, I think that having a mindset of sitting back and just because you're a good person, that blessings are just going to drop into your lap. That a good relationship is just going to drop, that opportunity is just going to drop into your lap. Even when I think about the things that I'm operating in now, I had to go get it. I had to move to Atlanta. It wasn't going to happen for me in Kansas City. I could have sat back in Kansas City and just hoped that something was going to fall to me, but I had to leap. I had to shift in my faith and say, okay, if it's not here, then it must be over there. And I wasn't realizing that I was being complacent because honestly, fear had me in a chokehold, because it's so much easier to believe in a miracle working God than to believe in yourself. It's so much easier to just hope and pray that God will drop something in your lap than to have to get on that Zoom call and do the interview and put yourself out there and pitch your business and go in that room full of competent people who are, secure in who they are. It's way easier to just sit in your home and anoint your walls and speak in tongues and hope for the miracle working Father to just drop these things in your life. And a lot of times what I'm seeing is it has set Christians up to be complacent.
Yeah.
And so it's something that as I started getting motivated for more, I'm like, why is it not happening? Like, okay, I'm doing, and it's like, no, go harder, step out further, get out of your fear. There are things that I have gained success, and I believe that is favor on my life, but I am in a season right now that I got to do it all. I got to step out on every I got to max out. Yeah. And so I started asking the Lord, how do we loosen this grip, first of all, of false doctrine, but of fear? Because that's really what this is. Yeah. Really, we are socially awkward. Yep. We don't have social skills. We don't have speaking skills. We don't know how to go in a room and command something and know who we are. How do we really do these things? And I feel like the thing that has been in my head is what one of my coaches say is opportunities aren't always convenient. Number one. Good. So you got to do it afraid, unsure, and insecure. I've been telling the ladies of light, get your camera on and speak, because we have experienced the improvement of our social skills, our speaking skills, and our confidence just by turning on the camera. Like, y'all be getting on Zooms and don't turn on the camera and don't speak. Yeah, that doesn't help for where you're trying to go. So do it afraid, do it unsure, do it with your shaky voice, do it nervous, do it with your iPhone 11, do it with your non-editing skills, do it with no makeup on, do it with, you don't know how you're going to articulate, just do it. Yes. Because opportunities aren't always convenient. Number two, reframe your mind. You literally have to dive into the word to get your true identity and to know what is yours. Things that I've been hearing all my life. You are royalty and high priest. You are head and not the tail. You're a lender and not a borrower. Just all of these things that I always heard. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait. I'm a lender and not a borrower. Wait a minute, I operate out of overflow. Yeah. What am I doing? If I'm not in overflow, what am I? If I read the word and it says that I'm a lender and a borrower and not a borrower, that means I'm supposed to be that I have the opportunity to be that I have the open door to be that. But that doesn't mean it just happens. You are not just a lender and not a borrower just because the word says it. There are biblical principles that you have to work. And so you have to reframe your mind to say, not only do I believe this, I'm going to work it like I believe it. And lastly, I stole this from Dr. Darius. God gives you what you settle for.
I was going to say that. I wrote it down. I just got the right. I was like, yep, go ahead. It's good.
And that is something that, man, Dr. Darius has shooketh this home with, is God gives you what you settle for. So if you settle for level 1 in your business, meaning you ain't filling out no grants, you ain't stepping out, you're not really doing the content that you need to do, you're not doing the videos. If you're settling with the man that you're with, that God ain't about to say, hey, daughter, take him and throw him away. He is not gonna. He gives you free will. So whatever you are settling for right now, that's what you'll have. Yep. And so again, going back to point 2, that's why you got to reframe your mind with the word. There's so many beautiful songs that he sings over us that we can have, but fear has robbed us. It has put us in a chokehold. We are operating out of false doctrine and believing that God is just going to give us stuff and drop stuff off and smack us upside our head with a bomb house. No, unfortunately, you got to work your butt off. Yeah. And you got to step out heavy. When I look at Kanye West, Beyonce, Megan, anybody, I look at these secular people who go in a room and like, I am that woman. I am that man. I'm the best rapper on earth. And then he just start going, when I step up in the room and I'm getting on and he just start rapping and nodding his head and just going. I'm like, I remember Jackie Hill said this in one of her devotions that we're reading upon waking. She said Christians should be the most confident people on earth. When you look at who we are, when you look at who God called us to be, when you look at the fact that we are royalty and high priest, that we are supposed to have dominion on this earth, we're supposed to have authority and take up space on this earth. It lets us know, first of all, we should be the most confident. Second of all, we should move like that. Stop sinking to the back of the room. Stop sinking in your friend group. Stop sinking and making yourself small everywhere you go. But you can't do that if you don't start. You can't do that if you don't do it afraid. You can't do that if you don't do it unsure. And so that is my aha moment of the week. How to loosen the grip of fear is to have a shift in your faith and really know what God has for you and who you are.
He'll give you whatever level that you settle for. Like truly, man. You gotta step out. And I can just tell you is someone, first off, I want to commend you, babe, because I've seen that shift in you. Because I'm like, she's not making this up. It was more of a, like, why are you doing all that? Like, we don't have to. It's gonna come. It's gonna come in a way. And I was on the other side. I'm like, I gotta work. And it's like, I had to know, it's like, no, you're not even letting the faith, like you're not having enough actual faith. You're trying to overwork instead of saying, leaving space for where God can take over and do some things. But just the first off, see you, the growth in that part. And if, putting yourself into groups in programs that at first you was like, I don't think you. So when she talks about when she's telling people to, like, ladies to get into the ladies of light and do those things, it may be something out of your comfort zone. You're like, I don't know nobody. I don't want to put on my camera. I don't want to do that. She's not telling you as somebody who didn't do it. She's telling you as somebody who did it, and now she's seeing change in her life. You're doing it, and now you're seeing a change in her life. It wasn't her first option to be in these programs. These were things that I was jumping into, and I was like, hey, babe, I want you to go ahead and get in these things. And she was reading and just, overall just changing her mindset about actually, working along with the faith. Then, she's like, okay, let me jump in here, and continues to evolve, continues to bless, because you don't know if you stay silent who it is that's tied to your voice, who never gets released because of you, because of that fear. Let me tell you, I do this fearful. Unfortunately, sometimes every time that we jump on this to do this live every Thursday, terrified, just thinking way too much. Got a box and breathe. You may see it sometime, and I'm like, you know what, the heck with it. I'd rather do it here on this level. Eventually be thousands, and I'll get better and better with repetition. I've said this before. Some of us were forced to learn some things that we don't care for. What do you mean? When you go to your job, you're forced to do that.
Right.
You don't care. Most of us, if you ask 90% of us, we do not like what we do, but we're great at what we do because we have to do it each and every day, and we're forced to for a paycheck. How about jumping on a camera? How about joining that group that you get nothing for right now, but you'll see a payoff eventually? I'm telling you, you'll see a payoff in your competency, in your clarity of communication and things of that sort. You'll see a payoff in the opportunities that you may get, or even a payoff in the people that you get, like the community, man, because you can't be your best self by yourself. So you got to get around these different people, man. But if you stay in that little bubble, that little ball, you're not reaching out to nobody, and you're never going to grow. And then you looking and just wondering, like, man, I would love to do, but I see so-and-so on Instagram doing it, all that, man. I'm telling you, somebody who's doing it, I'm doing it scared now as I'm speaking right now. Okay. I'm doing it scared right now, man. I'm telling you, it's so much reward in that, man. And you don't know who's going to be blessed. Like when we just did this big interview, it was like, we stepping into a building that we wanted to be in for a long time.
Yeah.
Into this building, and we're like, oh my gosh, we're here.
Yeah, I remember you just found out how socially terrified I am.
Yeah, I didn't believe it. Because y'all see, when she starts talking, you're like, what? And so I didn't believe it forever.
You didn't.
But until a major breakdown happened,
yeah,
I really had to say, hold on, man. If anybody she could be safe around, you got to recognize that she's really, really introverted, and she really is terrified of doing these things, but you do it so well, scared, that God just knows that you have the faith. He knows that you have the faith, and he operates right away when you start speaking.
That was what I was going to say, is that I don't think we realized, both you and I, and even myself. I remember when you were like, you said something, you was like, I don't know what we were talking about, but my answer was, I mean, I just do it afraid. Like that just because I'm doing it doesn't mean I'm not just as terrified as someone that isn't doing nothing at all.
Right.
If not, I might be more terrified than them. Because I'm speaking in front of a bunch of people. I'm whatever. People are depending on me. People are looking to me for whatever they are. But I realized over time, like, dang, all those shaky, sweaty, terrified, anxious, panic attacks, anxiety attacks before these things, all those things have added up to the successes and the position that God has placed us. Like, you might not ever not be afraid. Yeah. And you waiting to feel confident, or you're waiting to feel competent, or you're waiting to feel secure. What if it don't happen? You talking to people. I've been doing this. I have been on a camera
over a decade.
And each time I'm still like, Namdi knows when I get in my zone, he's like, she's nervous. She's nervous. Like, he knows how I get. I'm like in my head. I'm going through the motions, but I've just been doing it afraid, and it has added up. But if I can do it, y'all, again, I know y'all don't believe it. When I tell y'all I'm so deep of an introvert, I hardly ever want to go anywhere with people. Yeah. It's I don't think there's been a time outside of my family where I'm like, yes, I get to be around people. Yeah. Like, I love, and not saying that I think people are great. I'm just an introvert. The saying is, extroverts get their energy from people. Introverts get their energy from withdrawal. I exert a lot when I am around people. So I don't look forward to pouring that much that often. And so if I can do it as socially, whatever, you can do it. You gotta, I think I've just powered through. I think another thing is, I have trained my mind and my body to like, shut up. Like, when I feel that fear, I'm like, go, you're here.
That's good.
You're here. Do it. It don't matter. It don't matter. You about to look stupid. You about to look crazy. Step, go. Like, I'm talking to myself as I'm speaking. Like, I had the program that I was with Lady, whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Like, I was shaking in the beginning. I'm like, I had to set up. I was like, so I have this. Like, I had to tell myself, like, you're gonna do this. Yeah. You're here. She calls your name. You're on camera. Yeah. People are looking. Then I'm looking at the chat. Oh my God, the Iwegbus. I'm like, my God, Jesus Lord. So do it afraid. That's it.
Oh, really? Do it afraid, man. I think you'll see the fruits of it, and it's so fulfilling.
It is.
I've said this on podcasts before, but I'll say it again, is that, man, it's the greatest compensation is fulfillment. Ugh. I don't, like, not $1 have I made doing what I do amounts up to the inboxes that I get for brothers that say, man, y'all podcast bless me.
Yeah.
Or, somebody that I'm helping and I'm mentoring personally as they walk to become, to get married and all those things. It's the greatest fulfillment. I could do that all day and all night, man.
Every day.
And so I just pray and I hope that y'all take something from that, man. Tap into it. It may not be necessarily in front of a camera or something. It may just be your leap, maybe joining the ladies alike.
Even
getting on there with your camera, sharing some different things. We're in a program right now where, man, so many people are just getting relieved of and a lot of it's emotional baggage.
For sure.
A lot of times we're dealing with so much emotional baggage, so much self-criticism.
Yes.
And you are your biggest critic.
Yes.
You hear everything that you're saying to yourself. You're not even competing with other people. You're usually competing with the inner voice, the inner potential critic that you have that you haven't stepped out on, man. Go ahead and step out on that. And for a relationship, just for husbands or wives, kind of goes back to what we said before. Woman of God, step out. It can help your husband step out further. You know what I'm saying? Seeing her do some of this stuff and really being like, oh dang, she really was scaring a lot of that. It pushed me to say, okay, man, you can step out too. Don't let your woman up do you. Don't let her out do you. You got to step up. You got to do this too, man.
I'm glad you finally saw me.
Yeah.
Y'all,
it took a minute because you was rapping and
Namdi's
doing all
been
this
with
stuff.
me for 9 years in August. He has been with me, and
it took me a minute.
4 months ago. 4 months ago, he's like, "Oh, you're an introvert."
Yeah, it took something big happening where
I remember I was in this group. This is the last story I'm gonna tell. I remember I was in this group that I was invited by a lady that was getting to know me, but she knew me from social media. So if you know me from social media, you don't know me at all. I be feeling like when people meet me in real life, they be expecting for me to spaz like how I do on social media, right? So she meets me, she invites me to this panel with some great people or whatever. And I'm in this Zoom call and I'm just sitting there, hey, listen to everybody's story. All the extroverts are like dropping bars in this Zoom. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm just trying to know what time I'm supposed to be at this event. Like, what's the play? What's the rules? What's this? What's that? And she literally keeps calling me out, like, yeah, and TK, she's a woman of God, and she's like an agitator in the spirit or whatever. We get to this, mind you, I at the very end, because fear did rob me in this situation. At the very end, I was about to say something, but then the speaker came on. We get to this event. She literally pulls me to the corner. She's like, TK, why did you not talk on that Zoom? I said, I know you don't know me like that. I am an introvert. Like when I am when the Holy Spirit drops on me, I'm not afraid of nobody or nothing. And I'm not afraid of people, but I'm not just about to be getting on the Zoom call and be like, hey, yeah, my name is Takesha Iwegbus, and God said that you're gonna, but I be feeling like that's what people really be expecting. Remember, we went to dinner with a couple. He was like, I never would have thought that. He's like, you're so welcoming. Like, I never would have thought you're an introvert. I'm like, yeah, I am. So I just want to tell you.
Just so y'all know, the life that you really want is not coming to you. You're going to have to go get it.
It's really not.
What you really want to do, the wealth and all that, like he'll give us exceedingly and abundantly.
Yes.
Above all we could ask. But again, it's whatever level that you settle for. Whatever it is, like, so, like, it's a lot of us, especially in our 30s and all that, like, let me tell you, that time flies so quick. Sometimes I wish I could have some of those 20s back. They're like, okay, cool. I would have did this different, man. Hey, time is ticking. The time is now. Go after it. Go get it. So,
amen.
Hey, that is the aha moment of the week. We want to know, what do you think about that aha moment? Down in the comments below. This is an Iwegbus production.
Period.
All right, let's check in with our people here as we wrap up. Okay, Cornay, where you been at?
Cornay!
Where you been at? Come on.
I was wondering where I was literally looking for you.
They said God gives you what you settle for.
Yes.
You know it. You know it. Let's see.
I'm excited for my merch. It's on the way, sis.
Hey, for real. All right. Sierra said, I'm an introvert as well. I have been since I was a child. I'm trying to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Come on. She's in the ladies alike too, right?
I don't think Sierra is.
Sierra isn't?
No, but Cornay said,
okay.
Speaking up on camera, ooh.
Where we at? Where's she at? Where's that at?
It
must be up here.
Cornay spoke on camera last week for the first time.
Oh, she did?
Yeah,
shout out to her.
Period. I love it too. She had another really good testimony. I forgot what it was.
What's that?
She said something else happened for her.
What's that?
I don't know. Something. I feel like, it was in the Ladies of Light chat. She said something about content. Never mind.
Hey,
that don't got nothing to do with this.
Regina said, y'all are doing a great job, even though you're afraid. Thank you, Regina.
Thank you so much, Regina.
Appreciate that. Listen,
you're in Ladies of Light?
We're going to get better and better.
Hold on. Who am I thinking I'm talking about? Okay, no. I'm thinking this is another... Sierra, are you from Kansas City? Because I feel like I'm talking about a Sierra that like does thrift hauls or something like that.
Listen, I got to put that Ladies of Light back up under there, babe. All right, so the AZ squad said
that is you. No, this is the Sierra I'm talking about. Wait, is that Cece? I'm confused. Sierra, I'm talking about, I'm thinking it's dark skin. She's always on our live. So I'm sorry, sis. That's what I'm thinking about.
The AZ.
But are you CC? Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry. No, I'm like, who is this?
It says the AZ squad said, love the Ladies Alike community. So glad TK followed the Holy Spirit with this group because it's helping me overcome some issues that I didn't even know existed. Shout out to you.
Oh, okay, CC. Hi, girl.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, she is in Ladies Alike. I was thinking of Sierra, that does thrift hauls and stuff.
You was about to make some quesadillas, Quinay?
Oh, that sounds fire.
She made it.
We have a Mexican.
Thank you for making it.
Tomorrow.
Huh?
We have a Mexican food tomorrow.
For sure. I
cannot
wait to just be with
melted
you.
cheese.
I just can't wait to be with you.
I think Mexican food is an aphrodisiac. Or maybe I
think it is sometimes. Yeah, because after we be, every time
I eat Mexican,
maybe it's the spices.
Maybe so.
I don't know what it is.
Because I don't feel like Nigerian food don't do that for me.
Nah, I'm ready to sit down.
Y'all be ready to just go to sleep. Like burgers, American food don't do that, but Mexican food just gets me frisky.
Yeah, definitely. we telling them too much. This is what we wish we didn't do, man. Y'all pray for us. We be watching some other communicators and be like, man, they are so discreet.
They so private.
Man, we tell y'all just too much, man. Y'all let us know we share too much. y'all let us know, hey, stop sharing so much. If y'all feel like we share too, we try to just make it real. Try to be more
Regina, no, you don't have to be on Instagram to be a part of Ladies of Light. Well, yeah, you do, because that's where I send the Zoom. You have to be a part of Instagram for now. We are going to be moving some things around very soon.
Let's see this. She said, the squad said, TK is literally speaking to me like she lives in my house because why is this? She on point with everything. Oh my gosh.
Praise God. Girl, you need to join the squad.
No, that's Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
That's how we be feeling.
Yeah.
So for real.
Sierra said we don't share too much.
All right.
So cool. Namdi, okay. This is what I told Namdi. I said, Namdi, even though, like, don't get me wrong, I look at these other people. Like, I know someone who shares nothing about themselves. Like literally nothing. And I think that's their lane. Yeah. Right? Like, and sometimes we can become jealous of that. Like, dang, we wish we were a little more discreet, but we're not called to that. Yeah, no. Like, we're literally called to be vulnerable in front of millions. That's why God is getting us together so quickly. Because He like, I need y'all to get over that because y'all gonna be talking about it.
No, it's our unique identity. It's something what Dr. Deers talks about in your Purpose Calling book. I'm telling y'all, that's a great book to go get. That we're just, it's how we're made.
I share too much so I can relate. That's what Cece said. Yeah.
We've always been these like on the good side. I share a good, I'm transparent, and even on the back, I'm the type of dude when I'm talking to brothers about making a move career wise, I start throwing out my income. I just be I'm not, and it's like I'm not trying to boast. I'm trying to see, okay, is this gonna be a good move? How much you making? Some people don't want to say that. They're not gonna say the real. Yeah. I'm like, hey man, this is what I'm making now. I'm trying to get to this. Yeah. So if I go there, will we make this? And I've been in companies where your income, they can look it up anyway. So I'm open with talking about those things when I'm talking business with guys.
Yeah, Namdi is super transparent. Yeah. I saw through him in 2 days. I was like, dang, you are super honest and open.
Yeah. What's the email for questions and how soon?
It's Iwegbus #1. Iwegbus #1 at Gmail. He said, how soon do y'all answer them?
Hey, we may depending, because this other person gave us like 3 of them.
Somebody said
might be on the next
6.
show.
She has 2 emails.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll put it in line as soon as possible. Yeah. Soon as possible, man.
Send it in, bro.
Definitely.
Oh, and it's a man too. We definitely need your question because it's always women. Yes. So send your question in. We would love to answer it on the next couple upcoming episodes. Might be the next one. You never know.
Never know. Hey, so listen, y'all. It has been real.
2 full hours.
Yeah, straight up 2 full hours.
If y'all been here the whole time, I want y'all to type fire signs in the chat. Please, we love y'all.
Please, we love y'all. For anybody that's just stayed stuck alone, I don't care if you was doing stuff, you just had it in your ear and you've been listening to us the whole time. I don't care if you playing this back right now.
Hold on. Speaking of playing it back.
What's up?
These lives are not going to be getting posted very soon.
It's probably one of the last ones.
So
we're gonna leave up.
Yes, we will be going back to Patreon only. So it is so important that y'all know that this is so different. People don't understand. Like, this is so different than the clips that y'all see. We take out everything and we just post the like all the segments that y'all saw tonight from the clip that we reacted to, aha moment. That's all y'all get. But y'all, the people that don't show up to the lives, they don't get us interacting with y'all questions and all of that. So y'all pull up to the lives, come on time. It's a vibe. Get your popcorn. Like, literally just turn us on. Watch with your boyfriend, watch with your husband. But Joshua said, I'm not just a man, I'm a husband. Shout out to the husband.
Where you put that at?
Baby, where's the fire, the bombs, everything?
Come on. Husbands up in here. Let's go.
Yes, we love it.
Come on.
Would y'all do a live in-person show of pillow talking?
Don't see. Listen, this is what y'all not gonna do. You're not gonna get me in trouble with this woman. Cause see, this is what happens. See when she feels these nudges from God, when a bunch of people keep asking for the same thing, and she look at me like, when we need to do this. So y'all be praying for us, because this is why we do, and to keep it 1,000, this is why we don't have merch just for having merch. We have it so yes, you can make a statement, but we also so we can support some of the vision and the things that we really want to do.
So much in the background.
We really want our mission again is to help as many people as possible receive God's best in relationships. Singles, married couples, man, we got to get out there. We got to keep back, like Pastor Philip said, the decay. We got to keep that back, man, and we got to be that the light out there to help people out. And it's a lot of just bad stuff out there, but again, we don't have as much of a platform, and we want to do live shows and all that, but it takes money to do that. And so, hey, man, if any way you can support, super chats, merch, whatever. And then also, if you can't do that, man, pray. It really works. It really does.
Renee is stupid. She said, "Let me go pawn some stuff so I can sit in the front row."
Let me tell you this. This is the best thing Quinay can do for us is that she
already know what she can do.
She just moves.
It's Quinay, my niece. Literally, Mariah. Literally, I was talking to her. I don't know what happened, but she texted me something. And I think I was like delusionally texting back because I was so tired. And she was like, "What are you saying?" I'm like, I saw a voicemail with her. I said, "Girl, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm literally like delirious. I'm just so tired right now." She said, "You need me and Quinay." She said, "You need Quinay to be your full-time assistant and me to be your, nanny and me to be your full-time assistant." I said, "Ma'am, don't tease me now.
Come on.
Quinay and Mariah would be the perfect team."
Perfect, man.
I dream about y'all. I really do. Okay, and I wanted to Miss L. I do remember a question about merging a bank account, but do we have that? Like, have you emailed us that? Because I feel like I remember that question. If you can email, like put it in an email or DM me so I can screenshot it and I can remember to answer it, because we definitely want to talk about that. That is something that a lot of couples struggle with. Quinay had another one about her testimony.
Yeah. So my testimony was changing my algorithm from a lot of the secular stuff on Instagram to more biblical and things I see myself being soon. Come on. That was on our homework in the Ladies of Light. Come on. Shout out to you. Man, y'all don't know. Them algorithms, y'all can change it. Y'all complain about it. Hey, they giving you what you want to see.
Oh, she said I screenshot it. Let me see. How much?
Okay. All right.
Oh, I did screenshot it. You sure right. Got it. Yep.
Hey, listen, while y'all here real quickly, get these last bit of likes in, please. If this your first time tapping in with us, hey, please go ahead and subscribe, man. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that. We definitely would appreciate you rocking with us. You may see it more of a ground floor right now, but we're going to continue to elevate. Got so much more in store. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Send us up the algorithm, please. Anything else, baby?
No, that's
wrap up. Hey, listen, so we appreciate each and every one of y'all that came through here and Pillow Talk with us, episode 33. We pray in some form, some way, you got something and this bless you in some way there as well. But until next time, we pray you have a blessed week. We'll holler at you.
Bye,
Peace. This is an Iwegbus production.
Period.
Hey, thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you could do us a huge favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe.
Yes, and please do not forget to hit that notification bell. We need y'all to be locked in every single time we drop this fire content. Yes. Also, we need y'all to follow us on all social media platforms at the Iwegbus. And look, we will see y'all on the next video.